Welcome to the Fresh Report, where I update you on all things beauty. Now I'm going to start off today with a very controversial product. Hourglass came out with 7 new eyeshadow palettes. They are called the Hourglass Modernist eyeshadow palettes. I own the one in Exposure, which is the plummy, taupey, cool toned eyeshadow palette. Now a ton of people on YouTube are saying that these shadows are not that great. The palettes aren't worth it, don't even pick them up. And on the other hand, there are people saying, hey, these eyeshadow palettes really aren't that bad. I have to say that I am on the these shadows aren't that bad side, and I'm going to give you guys the bottom line today, the real deal. Now, are these shadows creamy? Absolutely. Are they pigmented? Yes, they're not the most pigmented eyeshadows ever, but they are pigmented. They have a good color to them. And are they blendable? Absolutely blendable. Now, I have to admit, when I first swatched these shadows on my finger to my hand, I was a little bit scared because the swatches were a little bit uneven and they had some fallout. I was kind of worried, but when I actually filmed my tutorial and I used the shadows with the brush and onto my eyes, I had no complaints. There was a lot of pigment there. It was just so effortless. The shadows blended really, really nicely into each other, and I have to say I really do like the palette. Now the bottom line is, would I have bought this eyeshadow palette if I was just walking into Sephora browsing? To be honest, I really don't think I would have, just because when I swatched them at first, they weren't that great, and that would have scared me off. I would have been like, nope, that is not worth $58. If I was able to try them out on my eyes beforehand, I still think I wouldn't have bought the palette. They're just way too expensive, and I don't think there's anything crazy and special about them that I can't find at the drugstore. So that's the bottom line. If you have the money to spend, absolutely buy these. They are good quality eyeshadow palettes, don't get me wrong. There's just nothing crazy about them that makes them super unique from anything else at Sephora or at the drugstore. So I hope that cleared up all of the confusion on the new Hourglass Modernist eyeshadow palettes. Let's move on to the makeup rookies. Wet n Wild came out with a new limited edition line called Silver Lake. They launched 5 different eyeshadow palettes and also 6 different nail polishes. I saw both displays at Walgreens, and I ended up buying all 5 eyeshadow palettes because that's the normal thing to do, right? And I ended up buying just 4 of the nail polishes. For the eyeshadow palettes, we have a more neutral toned palette. This is called Vinyl Collection. We have one that's kind of on the pinky, purpley side called Thrift Store. The next one we have is on the blue side, but also incorporates some purples, called Embrace Obscurity. Next up, we have kind of some teals and greens. This is called Vegan Culture. And lastly, we have one called California Roll, which has really pretty bright colors, orange, reds, and greens. Now I swatched all of these for you, and I have to say there's good pigmentation. They're blendable, they're creamy, they're really soft. I do have to say the more glittery shades are just a ton of glitter and a lot of fallout. There really isn't a lot of color payoff. Now, are these shadows as pigmented as the old school Wet n Wild palettes? I wouldn't say so, and to be honest, I don't think that's such a bad thing. I think these are a lot easier to use, and you can actually build the color up. Before, you would pack a little bit of color on and you would already have a smoky eye. With these, they're more beginner friendly and they're just easier to use. So I have to say these eyeshadows are pretty good so far. I haven't tried them on my eyes, but I will keep you guys posted. I almost forgot to mention that these retail for $3.99, which I think is a great deal. Let's move on to the nail polishes. Like I said before, there are 6 in total. I just picked up 4. We have Wear Skinny Jeans, which is a beautiful pastel blue. Next up, Warm Filter, which is a really pretty orangey, corally kind of pastel shade. We have the beautiful mint green, which is called Tree Hugger. There's also a very light lilac-y lavender called Reject the Mainstream. And for the 2 that I didn't purchase, there was a really pretty light pale pink called Stream of Unconsciousness, and then just a light pale nude called A Latte Live. I enjoy all of Wet n Wild's Mega Last nail polishes, and these are no different. They're pretty pigmented. I like to do 2 coats and then a top coat. They dry pretty quickly, and they also don't really streak. So I do enjoy these, and I also think I'm going to be enjoying the new Color Icon palettes. I think you guys should try out both of these. You will enjoy them. And that's all of the makeup rookies that I have for you right now. Let's move on to Bruce with the weather. Totally killed that weather report, Bruce. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to the Dupe Alert. Now, I want everybody to just sit down and fasten your seatbelts because I am about to drop a huge dupie on you. Now here I have the Nars Audacious Lipstick in Anita, which is $32. These lipsticks are absolutely fantastic. They have great pigmentation, they have a great staying power, and they lean towards the matte side. Now for its dupe, I was so happy to find this. This is the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in 08. Now you can see them next to each other, and they are pretty dang similar. The only difference that I can see is that, like I said before, the Nars Audacious lipstick is more matte, while the Rimmel one is more of a satiny finish. It doesn't have a very glossy finish, but it's not matte either. It's kind of right in the middle. I really hope you guys enjoyed that dupe just as much as I did, considering that, like I said before, the Nars Audacious lipstick is $32, while this Rimmel lipstick can retail from $3.99 to about $4.99, depending on where you go. So thanks for that dupe, Katie, and let's move on to a quick face and outfit of the day. Today's outfit of the day is pretty simple. I have an all black shirt on. It has some really nice sleeves here. I have a BaubleBar rose gold necklace. Very simple, but at the same time very pretty. And then I have some red pants from Forever 21. My wedges are all black from H&M, and then I just have a rose gold Michael Kors watch on. Thank you guys so much, and back to you. For foundation today, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in Ecru. On my eyes, I'm using the Naked 3 palette. For the lips, I'm using MAC's Lip Liner in Soar, and then the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Milan on top. For bronzer today, I'm using the Balm's Bahama Mama Bronzer to contour. And then also on my cheeks, I have Nars SIN blush. And then to highlight, I'm using the Anastasia Contour Kit. It's the light pink shimmery shade that actually comes with the contour kit. What a great outfit and face of the day. I'm really liking it. So let's end off today's Fresh Report with the comment station. I have two comments that I want to share with you guys. The first one is from JenHicks, and she says, "Girl, I feel the same way about brushes with foundation. I bought the Sigma F80 because everyone raves about it, but I hate it. I feel like I can't get it blended unless I use a sponge. I don't know. Anyway, love this look, beautiful as always." Now Jen, me and you are on the same page. I'm definitely a sponge girl when it comes to foundation. I prefer a beauty blender or the Real Techniques beauty sponge. Now my question to you guys is, what do you prefer? I feel like when I use a brush, my foundation doesn't look as flawless. It looks a little bit more heavy, and I just dig the whole beauty sponge look. I really like it, and I feel like it can take a really heavy foundation and make it into a really light one. I don't know. What do you guys think? And the second comment that I have is from Waymeyer01. Awesome supporter. She comments on a lot of my videos. "Do you color your hair? If so, what color? I have green eyes as well, and I'm looking for a change. Love the contrast of your hair/eyes." Thank you, Waymeyer01. And I did not dye my hair. I've only dyed my hair once, and I used Revlon's dark brown. I do have some gray hairs. I'm only 25 years old, and I got some gray hairs back here. So I am planning on dyeing my hair soon. I just think I need to get a tan before I go darker, because I feel like I'm going to look like a total ghost with like super dark hair and really pale skin. That is all that I have for you today on the Fresh Report. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for tuning in. As always, keep it fresh, and I'll see you next time.